Let me be very clear. I'll never give up. Never.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
The biggest mistake a person can do right now, no matter in which situation you are, is to give up.
The easiest thing in life is to give up on whatever you're focused on or whatever you're hopeful for. The hardest thing is to continue to keep going, but we have to.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted or what I needed or what I felt I was supposed to have.
I'd rather go too far than not far enough. The only reward that you get from taking it easy is the fact that in the moment, it's easier. But if you want results and then you basically just catch yourself slacking off and don't do anything about it, then it kind of sounds like you don't really want those results.
No one's effing coming to save you. No one's going to make you better at your business. No one is going to get you to be a better persuader of people or framer of people other than you.
Life isn't fair at all. At all. So what are you gonna do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one's gonna miracle me to be somebody special. All my situations were on me now. It's solely on me. Everything you do, you may have some support, you may not, but it's on you. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay. But being a badass hurts real bad.
Change happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of making a change. And in your situation now, it sounds like, well, this is less painful.
100%. I think that's the basis of most. Like, if you are angry, use it.
I was born in Jamaica with nothing. I live in a wooden shed, zinc roof. Look at me now. Don't say I couldn't come back and do it. There is no ring rust. I told you that already.
How can you beat someone who cannot fucking quit? How can you beat someone who every time they go through a hard time, they get better and they get stronger instead of getting weaker and getting demoralized? How can you beat someone who looks back on all the tests that they've had and said, yeah, that wasn't shit, dude. Bring it the fuck on, okay? As opposed to the person who's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then 2 months, another thing happens. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's gonna be the person who has a stoic mentality, who looks at it and says this, okay? All right, we'll get through it. And then the next thing happens. Well, won't do that again, but we'll get through it.
You cannot have any part of your mind that thinks, oh, someone will just do this for me. You cannot have that in your mind. You have to do things yourself. You have to create things. You have to make things happen. You have to do it yourself. No one's gonna give it to you. No one is gonna give it to you. And this doesn't mean you have to take from someone else. You have to build for yourself.
There's a lot of you out there who want to be much more than average, but just don't know how to do it every single day, the grind. You need to find someone to oil those gears up. So check it out. This is a mindset. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there's a motherfucker out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have, or the husband. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you can have. So make that a motivation for you.
You have a project that's due at work that you don't feel like working on right now. Doesn't matter that you don't feel like working on it right now. You impose discipline on the situation and you do what you're supposed to do. You have an exercise, you need to work out this morning. You haven't worked out yet. You wake up in the morning, you need to go work out. You don't feel like working out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't feel like working out. It doesn't matter. It's not part of the calculation. Discipline overrides that. Discipline trumps your feelings. And that is what you need to apply as a person, as a normal human being. No matter what you're doing in your life, you need to let discipline be your guide, not how you feel. That's what we need to do. And if you do that, you're gonna end up with freedom. You're gonna end up with freedom across the board. Discipline equals freedom. That's what I have been saying for a long time. It is 100% factually true.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I feel. and how depressed I am, the sun is gonna shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what?
When it comes down to how long can you stay in that pool, when it comes down to how far can you run, when it comes down to how much can you push yourself past the part where you want to quit, how far can you keep going, there's a purity in that it dissolves social order, all that bullshit, all the what people think about you goes out the window. It's who are you right now?
That's right.
Who are you right now?
One of the biggest drivers of my life has been my friends that didn't believe in me. Whoa, what do you think you're gonna do? I'm gonna win, bitch. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay? And you're gonna be the same, and I'm gonna win, and that's that. When we think about in these times of disbelief, in these times of doubt, in these times of falling out, that's massive amounts of fuel for you to go do what you want to do. And I know we live in this feel-good society where everybody wants to say, well, don't worry about what they say.
The highest point of my life and the lowest point of my life, what did I learn about myself? And I said, I learned that I don't let the highs and the lows affect me too much, because we're gonna have wins, we're gonna have losses. We're gonna have successes, we're gonna have failures. We're gonna have good nights, we're gonna have bad nights. We're gonna have good relationships, we're gonna have bad relationships. We're gonna have good ideas and bad ideas. We're gonna make money, we're gonna lose money. All these things are gonna happen. And if you oscillate emotionally up and down drastically, it's going to be problematic. So finding a good, stable, centered way to be and look at the world and take everything that you see with a little bit of a grain of salt, and don't get swayed too drastically in one direction or the other, you're going to be okay.
You hear what I'm telling you? I want to hang with somebody. I don't care what the circumstance. I don't care what the situation. You put it on your back and you like, let's go. I don't run with people who count on me to put up 50 points. I run with people who put up 50 on their own. I put up 50, they put up, and we murder you. So my son, my daughter, they drive me. What drives you? And this is why I'm telling you. Because if a house drive you, you sweet. You gonna get one. Then what you gonna do when you finish? It's what she said. She blew this business up, and now she don't want to do it no more. You know how hard it is to blow a business up? You know how many people wish they could do what she doing? But yet she finished with it. Why? Because that thing was not strong enough to drive her. The Nobel Prize, that take me forever. I picked something that would drive me for the rest of my life. You doing it because somebody else told you to do it. You want to drive a Rolls Royce because everybody else drives it. You want to live in that house because everybody else living in that house. Like, you got affirmation problems. You're not doing it because you really want to do it. You're doing it because you want to be affirmed.
So I've been grinding lately. Had to go back to the lab, readjust some shit in my brain, put a lot of miles in. Every day, run over 20 miles a day, getting up early, going to bed early, eating the right shit. This last week, started taking a toll on me. I usually don't think too much. Get my shoes on, head the fuck out. I've been thinking a lot. That internal voice that's been talking to me, talking about, oh man, you're tired. Looking at my shoes about 30 minutes before I put the motherfuckers on. Pushing back the time of that I go out to go run. So I decided to tape record myself. That internal voice I put on tape sounds like a straight bitch when I listen to that motherfucker. So if you ever have a hard time out there, tape yourself. Listen to what kind of bitch you're being. Stay hard.
You got all the stuff. You got it all. But you will not outwork me, because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your two-parent background has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me. On your jet, you will not outwork me. In your Bentley, you will not outwork me. You will not outwork me. You thought for 1 minute that you broke me. I am not phenomenally skilled, but phenomenally willed. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. And your problem is you give it up too easy. I need effort from you. When you walk out of this door, I need you to match whatever effort the enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match the doggone effort.
I'm very comfortable in my own head. I'm very comfortable alone for hours at a time, for days at a time. It doesn't mean I haven't felt loneliness. It doesn't mean that I don't feel lonely at times, but it's not acute. It's not something I can't deal with.
Your brain needs pressure. It needs constant pressure, and stress and pressure is not a bad thing. We have this thing where we feel like stress is bad. It's bad for you. Bad. You need to relax, man. You need to chill. Stress will kill you. No, being bored will kill you. Not having anything to do will kill you is much more dangerous than stress. I'd rather die under the stress than be bored and have nothing to do. Okay? So feeling that pressure, it makes your eyes pop open. It makes your brain focus. It makes you alert. It makes you want to live. It makes everything seem exciting to you because you've got to get things done.
You are better than you think. Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. The only way to become more successful than most people is to be willing to do something most people aren't willing to do. You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're afraid of that, imagine what they think of you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah, they aren't.
Stay hard!
I think that most of us can look back on our lives to 10 years ago and think about the problems that we were dealing with then and think about how much of a pittance and how small those problems were compared to the problems that we deal with today. I then think, okay, well, if I feel that way about the problems that I had 10 years ago, then 10 years from now, Alex will look back at the problems that I'm dealing with today and feel the same way. And so if he feels that way then about the problems that I have now, then the only difference is the perspective that he has that I don't have. And so I might just be a sensitive little pansy, and maybe these aren't problems at all. Maybe these are just facts of life and I need to habituate to them.
How does one convince themselves that what they're doing and working on is worth it?
The question of worth it is reliant on an outcome. We don't make these things for an outcome. It's not the mindset to make something great. The outcome happens. You're making the best thing you can make. It's a devotional practice.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if?
We're men because we face the battle and we stay in the battle when we feel like we're losing and we feel like we're getting beat up, but we stay in there and we keep fighting and we plant our feet and we say, until death do I part. This is me and I will fight this battle, regardless of what the battle is.
Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist. Go live.
There's lots of people that work really hard digging ditches every day and that are digging ditches when they're 70 years old. There's lots of people who work really, really hard for a long time and never make it. And that's because working hard is just part of the puzzle. The other part of the puzzle is how high your skill set is, how developed your skill set is. And so we have these people that say these things like, work smart, not hard, all right? Well, you're a fucking moron, all right? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because it takes both. It takes hard work and it takes smart work. While you have to be putting in the work and you have to be showing up and you have to be giving it all you have to consistently be aware and conscious of the intentional skill set that you are building along the way. If you do not have the skill set and you just work hard, you're going to get paid a fraction of what you could get paid if you actually intentionally built skills to go along with it.
I want to be able to look back on my life when I'm all dead and be so proud of myself forever. This is all temporary to me. I want to be forever proud of who I was as a man and change who I used to be. The liar, the insecure guy, the guy who can whatever. I want to be proud. If I die now, if I die at 80, if I die at 90, 100, I want to look at myself and say, proud of myself.
Listen to me. Once you realize who you are, you stop operating in desperation. You stop saying yes to stuff you ain't supposed to be saying yes to. And so here's my big problem with a lot of y'all is your belief system is off. Like, everybody can see how sweet you are. People are commenting on, well, you could do this and you could do that, and you the only one ain't caught up with it yet.
Bro, some of you read that I think about when it's hot outside, that it's sunny and 70. Well, it's not today. It's the reality. It's about 90 degrees, 100% humidity. But who gives a shit? That being said, September 3rd, I have to have my book turned in. And when I realized, I'm reading this book a lot, but I realized I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made them. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it. We like to live on social media with lies about ourselves, how great we are. Get to the source and fix the problem.
Why do we force? so that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
I had to stop thinking normal. I had to stop thinking normal. I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things. There's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours. Refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage.
If I want to accomplish all my goals, then I need to make sure that my inputs are tied as closely as humanly possible to the outcome. If I want to be satisfied, it doesn't matter at all. And so I think it's marrying those two ideas where the perfect world, in my opinion, would be you work as hard as you possibly can because you thought ahead of time, what is the input that has the closest correlation with the outcome that I want? And then you put your blinders on and you start digging.
Pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle.
So many people die with untapped potential because they think that someone else is fucking better than them. And they were born, not with the greatest tools. You don't need shit. You need the ability to fucking grind your ass into a fine fucking powder. And when you're in that fine powder, find a way to build that motherfucker back up repeatedly. And it's possible.
Bro, you gotta fucking stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something.
3 moral rules I'll never break are live your life with character, honor, and discipline. And if you live that way, I guarantee you, your goals and dreams will get accomplished.
So, if you're oriented toward the pain and the struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing rather than if you just orient toward the pleasures.
Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better.
When you get an opportunity, I don't care how hard you work for it, you are just getting started. When you get it, you gotta lock it down. When you get that opportunity, you gotta choke the game out. When you get it, you gotta go beast mode.
A lot of you are trying to find inspiration and motivation with a depressed mindset. You're depressed because you're not doing shit with yourself. You don't find inspiration by not living in the grip of life. You need to live in the grip of life to find inspiration. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. Try to be 10% better than you were last week. So if you're running 30 miles a week, run 33. If you're swimming 500 meters, swim 550. And some of you aren't doing shit, your 10% is just getting off the fucking couch. The more you walk away from accountability, the weaker you become. Find yourself in the grip of life. You can't find yourself by doing nothing.
You gotta be possessed with the dream. I want to move to the nicest neighborhood. I want to fly first class. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Australia. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. Will the real Aaron Thomas please stand up?
Enjoy these moments. Like, life is so beautiful when you try to zoom out of the mind, because most of the problems that we have is internally. It's just our minds telling us that you're not worthy. Your mind telling you you're a loser. Your mind telling you, oh my god, you're a failure.
People that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel.
Yeah.
Like the fuel people,
they're the whole
the people that are kicking ass. The people that are out there just fucking hustling, always getting things done. The guy, like my friend Jocko, every morning I'll check his Instagram page, 4:30, shows a picture of his watch. Get after it. He's out there working out 4:30 in the morning. He does it every fucking morning. Why? Because he doesn't want to. And that's how you do it. You go and get after it. You don't make any excuses. And those kind of guys are fuel. But those I can't catch a break guys, they're the opposite of fuel. They're just pissing on your fire. They're no fun. And then the people that surround them are all idiots. Because only idiots want to be around I can't catch a break guys.
Yeah.
Only the dummies stick around. After a while, even if they're your good friend, you got to be like, bro, you got to fucking stop. You got to stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit.
If you allow your feelings to dictate what you do, you will end up being a slave to your feelings at a minimum. But if you utilize discipline in your life, you will end up with the ultimate freedom in everything that you do.
Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do when you ain't got no 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life sucks. You're in the dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it. Because when that time comes, because the time is going to come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready.
Faces. And that comes from rejection. It comes from doubt. It comes from people breaking up with you. It comes from people saying ignorant shit, not believing in you. These are things that you can use by simply saying them and going and doing it. You know, so you have to become one of these people that can absorb the negativity and then not dwell on it, but then turn and do productive things in terms of taking action to move forward.
What did I learn about myself from the highs and lows?
Lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You gonna quit now? You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's about stamina. It's about you won't break me. You can't take me.
This is all about the quitting mind. So what's the quitting mind? So let's say it's day 1 of a job interview. We all know what that fucking shit feels like. You have your clothes laid out. You got your food ready to go in the morning. You've been preparing for weeks and weeks and weeks. You show up and you bring your best self. You get the fucking job. Merry Christmas. All right. After a couple months, you start showing up to work a little later. You don't look as good. Your clothes aren't fucking laid out. Your breakfast isn't ready. Your mind's getting softer. We do that shit with everything in life. When New Year's coming up, guess what? Don't have a fucking quitting mind. Repetition every day. Stay hard.
But if you work for it, it's yours forever. I will fly first class forever. I will stay in certain type of hotels forever. Not because I'm big time, I paid for it.
I mean, I was homeless for real. So when I was going to church, I wasn't going to church on no shower and no Old Spice. I was going to church however I was. It is your losses that will humble you. It is your losses that will give you a drive. It is your losses that will allow you not to make the same mistake over and over again. You are not your past.
Don't aim for mediocre. 99% of people in the world are convinced that they're incapable of achieving great things, so they aim for the mediocre. The level of competition is thus fiercest for realistic goals, paradoxically making them the most time and energy consuming. If you are insecure, guess what? The rest of the world is too. Do not overestimate the competition and underestimate yourself.
We are judging ourselves against too many fucking people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And that's the one thing I started learning, man. This isn't a race against me and Rich Roll. This is a race against David Goggins and David Goggins alone. And once you can silence all that bullshit, all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow in realizing I'm stressed out for no reason. This is my own little race.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe.
I want to see him keep up. Keep up. Let's go. Come on. You supposed to be the man? I know you can be the man for a month. Keep up. We doing this 365. We doing it 365. Keep up. We doing the next mixtape or next album come out. Come on. Where your albums at? I see people trying to do what CJ doing. I ain't seen nobody's blow up yet. Come on. We got another one coming. Come on. We got that dog. And some of you are not successful because every single time you run up against a trial, every time you run up against a tribulation, you stop and you cut off beast mode. And what I'm here to tell you is, if you tell that thing, I'm here just like you here, and I promise you, I ain't leaving without the degree. I ain't leaving without, I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream. I will not leave this university until I'm successful.
Everything is possible. You have a two hands. I made it. Everything is possible. Oh.
All these slights, and he takes it and he uses it as fuel. And so I sit here and I go, I'm driving to Joe Rogan's right now. I'm scared to be canceled. And I sit here and I go, every fucking horrible thing that's happened in my life, physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, spiritual abuse, prison, getting my career taken away, or this, or, anything, has always led to bigger and better. So I'm kind of like it.
Decisions that you're making right now, like you could be in a state of mind right now, but you can make some decisions to adjust that, and over the next couple hours you'll get to a much better place. And these constant management decisions, they waver in and out of your life on a daily basis. Like this idea that you could have a good mindset and then all of a sudden you'll be happy, that's horse. It's like the tide. It comes in and it comes out, and there's going to be days where you're just not feeling so good physically, and that's going to affect the way your happiness level is. It's never static. It's never exactly the same.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish or gulf, sickness or pain or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it.
I get a lot of questions, people asking me for help. So I asked them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. I'm all about being your own fucking hero, but I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we fucking got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us haven't. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this: learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you. Stay hard.
Your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline, because motivation's not there every day.
I just wish so many people knew how good that feels to wake up free.
Get up! Act like you playing basketball. Act like you playing football. Compete! That's what bothers me. Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete! Go to class. I just left for school telling these kids, act like you playing football. Go in that doggone classroom. Compete! Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. I'm not against no other motivational speaker. I'm just competitive. And I remember when I was putting in work and I wasn't getting the checks. You're putting in work, and just because you can't see the results, you want to quit or give up. I ain't never quit. I ain't never give up. I ain't never give in. I just kept grinding. You're putting in the work, and the only reason you pissed, the only reason you quitting is not because you want to quit, because you keep looking up and you saying we 3 in. Who cares what you are? If you keep going, you're going to break through. The only people that don't break through are the people who scoreboard watch.
Because so many people live in free countries, but they're not free. They're not free financially, but they're also not free emotionally, because they just have not given themselves the gift of real grace and real love of themselves and real belief in themselves. And so they live in a bondage and a prison in their own minds that they've created. And you can escape that prison anytime you want, you guys. Just unlock it. Just walk out right now. You can walk out of that bondage in your mind of not believing in yourself, or being down on yourself, or not having a dream again in your life. You know, not having that thing inside of you that gives you that fire, that want to, that hunger.
I'd rather you hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. A lot of us are full of shit. I was one of those people back in the day, and sometimes I'm still full of shit. We think that we're working our ass off, working hard. You know, we've been working out hard in the gym for a month, but we haven't seen any results. So we get off and down and poopy pants and shit. You study for 30 minutes for a fucking test, and you didn't do as well as you thought. What the f did you expect? You're not putting in the work. You have to do more.
And for some of you, you stop dreaming. You dream for a week and you stop because things around you don't look good. You dream for a month, and when you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You dream for a while, and when people tell you crazy, and when people tell you stupid, and when people tell you can never get done, you stop dreaming and you go back to knowledge. And I dare you to use your imagination. I dare you when you're broke to use your imagination. I dare you when you're rich to use your imagination. I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream, because that's where true success is. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You gotta touch. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
When I was going through Ranger School, we had to do a lot of spot checks. A spot check is basically, we don't have time to get all your gear laid out to make sure you have all your shit. So a spot check is maybe they'll check out 2 items. Maybe making sure you have your extra batteries, extra ammo, whatever it may be. The whole idea of a spot check is to make sure that you're staying squared away, because you don't know what kind of item they're gonna check on. So how does that apply to your life? This is how it applies. You want to make sure you spot check yourself, make sure you stay dialed in at all times. It's also important to check, spot check your boys, your girls. Make sure that they're staying hard. Call them up in the middle of the night. Give them a call and say, hey, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we're going to get after it. Make sure they're staying dialed in.
Bad things happen, people don't know how to cope, and they allow one bad thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing worse is letting one bad thing ruin many good things.
The biggest advice I could give you right now, the biggest advice that anybody could give you, and this is not my words, Woody Allen told me this. I said, Woody, what's the secret to success? He said, 85 to 90% of life is just showing up. Show up.
What do you think is the biggest stumbling block that most people face with this kind of journey?
Honestly, is they have the woe is me mentality. It's too hard. Life isn't fair. These things in life are not easy for me. You look to your left and you look to your right and you start to judge yourself off other people. Like, if you're a female, well, she's skinny and she doesn't work out as hard as I do, and everything starts to corrupt your mind. You start to look around too much at other people and what they're doing, and that starts to corrupt your own dialogue.
You cannot wish for a strong character and an easy life. Each is the price of the other. What if what you're going through isn't hard? What if you're just sensitive?
Looks very ugly. There's no passion. There's no fucking motivation. There's no, oh my God, man. It's every day of your life just doing. No passion, no discipline, no motivation. All these words, I hate that so many people use these words now because it's watered. It's someone sitting in a room by themselves and they figure themselves out and say, God, this is gonna fucking suck. Where's passion when you're 300 pounds? Where's the motivation when you can't read and write? Where is it? So how did this happen? I just fucking did.
If you can see it here and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them.
So when I first joined the Navy, I had to join the reserves because I couldn't get into active duty because I was so fat. So being a reservist, I got titled a lot of times as a weekend warrior. In the reserves, you work 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. A lot of us live our lives that way. We can't work out without purpose. We need to get into our dress for the wedding. Summertime's coming, so we want to look all good. Our high school reunion's coming up, so we gotta lose weight. The biggest purpose in life isn't all that shit. It's how you respect yourself, how you look at yourself. That's an everyday journey. So every day you should be getting after it. We look at determination, self-discipline. We look at hard work. All these terms, it's almost like we dread them. Almost like a fucking punishment. Those are the biggest words of all time as far as respecting yourself. So don't look at them as dread and punishment. Look at those words as a lifestyle. Stay hard.
You can't do it. Don't put your limitations on me. I'm dead to your limitations. Your limitations don't exist in my world. Those are your limitations. Keep them. Go home, watch them on TV. Go home, read the newspaper about. Go home and look in the mirror. Go home, call your homeboy, and y'all talk about your limitations. I ain't got nothing. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any man to listen to me, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. I'm gonna say it again. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on.
So what's your fucking excuse? Is it too cold where you live? Is it too hot where you live? Does it rain too fucking much? Now it's time for some real fucking talk. Maybe you're the only black person applying for a fucking job. Maybe you're the only female. Maybe you're the only fucking gay person. Job, whatever the fuck it may be. Maybe that shit's in your fucking head. Maybe that's your excuse for not being better. Life's a real big fucking picture. If you're allowing people and things and situations to own space in your fucking head, you're losing. Last thing. Life's one big fucking head game. You play with yourself.
Year after year for 20 years told me that one day, my time will come. Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something. But this I can't catch a break shit is not helping anybody, and it pushes everybody away from you. But some people, they get caught in that pattern, and it might be their parents, it might be how they were raised, somebody might have told them they were useless real early on, it's stuck, and they never feel like they get enough reassurance, they never feel like they get enough motivation.
You can literally just take the key and open the prison gate right now and walk right out of that door into a whole new life. And that's not rhetoric. It starts in your mind. It actually starts in your spirit, and then it moves very quickly to your mind. And I will tell you that in your life, I think the devil, the adversary, the negative vibrational frequency of life is usually in the mind, and the highest vibrational frequency, God, is in the heart. If you listen to your heart and just get a little bit quiet, and you'll begin to have that heart whisper to you that you're born to do something great with your life. You're born to do something awesome, and it is not too late for you. Your mistakes, your past setbacks do not disqualify you.
Well, listen, if you don't worry about what they say, you're missing out on 50% of the available fuel. And it takes 100% of the available fuel to get where you want to go. And every single motherfucker I know that's built anything relevant that is highly successful, whether they talk about it in public or not, if you get them in private and you get a couple of whiskeys in them, they'll tell you everybody they hate. They know their names, they know where they live, they know what they're doing, and they'll say, that I'm winning. And they are proud of it. And I'm talking about all the spiritual gurus, feel good, all of them. I know them all. And all of them have this dark side in them that wants to smash.
If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, I watch most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. I'm walking through the airport running almost. Most people that I'm with, they don't got the energy to keep up with me. I'm like, boo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just ain't got the stamina. You just ain't got the energy. You can't smart everything. You can't outthink everything. Some stuff is just, you gotta be powerful. It's just some stuff that you gotta have stamina for. You just too slow. It just take you too long. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it can take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're gonna forever be average, because to be great, you got to keep up. You can't take me. I fought too long. I fought too hard. If I was gonna quit Satan, you should have got me a 17 home. You should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now.
What statement are you making? The psychology of savagery. I wasn't the best runner, but what I did was I found the work schedules out of my competition, and I made sure they saw me running day and night. I tried to get in their fucking heads. I got a video the other day of this UFC fighter, Ferguson. This motherfucker weighs in, and the UFC is fucking canceled. He wasn't just weighing in. He was getting the fucking head of his opponents. What he did was this. He wanted you to remember his hands and elbows slice you the fuck up. Remember this. Stay hard at all times. Savagery!
Sleep in. If I slept in, it's because I worked so hard the day before that I was tired and I couldn't get up at 3 o'clock. But best believe by 4:15 I was up. I wasn't up late watching no movie. What do you need to motivate you? Are you not enough? Is your potential not enough? Is your greatness not enough? There's no way I'm not gonna be successful because my motives are pure. There's nothing that can stop me because my motives are pure. And the purer your motives are, that you guarantee yourself success. When you're doing stuff for yourself, you can't guarantee it's gonna blow up.